Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Frontline Network's finals show of the Wi-Fi's Tournament of Gamekeys, where tonight we're going to see who comes out victorious between Barton and Siberian. Two players, they've been through a lot of players so far, they've had a lot of good games up until now, and they are now going to be fighting it out for a chance to win a huge haul of games. Do you remember how many games it is? Does the first winner win, Fatal?
I believe he wins 8 games with the first pick. I think it's something like that. I think there's a total of... I'm not exactly sure of the sum total of all the games because there's some duplicates. But I think there's somewhere around 30 unique games.
Damn.
So the first place winner gets 8, and I believe the second place gets 6 games, I think, or something like that. I can't exactly remember, but that's quite a lot of games.
That is a lot of games to choose from, and there are some really good games up there as well.
Yeah, they'll have to take like 2 months of work or school or whatever just to finish all games. They're gonna have to spend the next 2 months just playing games.
Their Steam lists will grow, will treble in size.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to be seeing who gets a chance to get their first pick out of this great pool of games when we see who wins between Siberian and Barton. What are your predictions, Fatal?
Oh, very hard to say. Well, Barton kinda got schooled last game against OMG Pop when he was playing as Soviets, but he had a very nice, tremendous comeback in that second game, even though OMG Pop ended up forfeiting the whole series after that. But I think definitely his Germans have always been the strongest ones. We've done a few casts with Barton from like Automatch games, etc. On the YouTube channel, and I think he's mainly been playing as the Germans, and he plays them very good, very aggressive. He has this massive Grenadier army just roaming around the field, usually putting up that forward bunker for healing and then reinforcing in the field from his half track, and just basically just plays very, very aggressive German.
Well, I am really excited to see how he plays out that Germans, because it is the Germans that he's going to be playing first. So he's going to be playing Germans while Siberian plays the Soviets. They're going to be playing on Kolodny Firma Summer. Classic map.
Changing up the maps a little bit.
Yep, changing up the maps a little. So let's jump into this from the... Oh, I'm at the 3-second mark. Let's go up to 5 seconds.
You're so rebellious tonight. I'm not exactly sure what's going on.
I know, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. I like living life on the edge. Okay, so let's go from the 5-second mark. We'll be unpausing in 3, 2, 1, unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It's all quiet. The birds are singing. It's a very peaceful battlefield. Can't really call it a battlefield right now. Most of the houses are intact. It looks like a nice place to live. You know, I would live here. If you paid me, I'd live here.
You want to live in this wooden church?
Yeah, why not? Hey, this house, it's got all four walls, got some nice windows, got
walls.
It's got lumber by the side. I can make a fire. It's not all that bad.
Probably need to make a fire because it looks pretty cold, especially if you're living on Kolodny Firma winter. But I guess summer version is okay. 2 Pio opening from Barton because he's like basically the only player that still does this. He just wants 2 Pios. I'm not exactly sure. He's laying down some wire. He loves wire. But Siberian's instantly going to actually stop him. No, it's going to be
Siberian,
the Pios.
he didn't even try. Didn't even try, Siberian.
The Pios were just a bit closer to the building than the Committeeners going in from the back door, and the Pios went for the building. So he's just going to go cap his fuel instead to try and establish some form of a fuel income properly in the early game so he can tech and not get out-teched by Barton. He starts off with a Grenadier from his tier 1 building after building that additional Pioneer in the opening. And he's kind of splitting up his 2 Pios. 1 Pio is just basically going capping in the south, undisturbed right now, as Siberian is going to try to stop this Pio here in the building. But I think this Pio is just going to remain in the building for as long as possible. Just to be an annoyance.
He's just going to do no damage there. He's just a recon unit where he is.
Yeah, he's just really annoying right now. He's not really going to do any damage against conscripts at long range, especially not when they're camping behind the green cover of that tractor. So Siberian is still going to be able to cap that munitions point without any problems, at least any major problems. But the Grenadiers are going up north. The second Grenadier is looking to... Yeah, he changed the spawn point from his tier 1 building from the top spawn to the bottom spawn. So they might be going for more of a centric approach, while Siberian is straight going for the German cutoff.
It's a Gren versus Conscript long-range shootout, but the Pioneers might just edge it. I don't know, if those Grenadiers run into close range now, they can probably take this Conscript squad, and I think Siberian realizes this. He's going to backpedal out of there. Not going to take any more unnecessary losses. Meanwhile, we have that other Conscript squad right down by the, well, it's not really a cutoff, just a strategic point, really, just outside the German base here.
Well, he took the cutoff, he disconnected it, he didn't cap it himself, but at least he disconnected it. So the fuel in the south is not connected right now, so Barton's not getting any fuel income whatsoever almost. He's got a +7 right now as he only holds one strategic point. Conscripts pop out of the building, gonna go capping the strategic point outside of the German base, while Barton is trying to reclaim his cutoff to connect that fuel. So there we go, a nice, healthy +20 fuel income right now, so he can keep taking to tier 2 or tier 3, whatever strikes his fancy.
Oh, nice Molotov. Nice Molotov there. Forces a win for the Conscripts. Grenadiers run away very quickly, not taking any unnecessary damage there.
Siberian did leave the north completely unprotected after capping the fuel and the munitions and the BP in the north. He just leaves, he backpedaled away with his conscripts. He didn't retreat them until, he still hasn't retreated them actually. He went down to the south to cap that munitions point. He just retreated his combat engineer back to base. So he's most likely looking to put up either the tier 1 or the tier 2 buildings perhaps. And we another conscript squad, that makes a total of 4 I believe.
It does indeed, total of 4 conscripts.
And
so this is a little different to what he did in the semis. In the semis he did 2 engineers and 3 conscripts. So here he's just on 1 engineer and 4. I wonder if that's map dependent or whether it's enemy dependent or what it is that's changed his mind, but something has changed his mind.
He might have scouted Barton a bit. He knows that Barton goes for very huge tier 1s maybe. He wants more conscripts, more meat bags to throw against these Grenadiers. I'm not exactly sure. More platforms to throw Molotovs all over the map. But his tier 2 building is actually going up right now in his base, so something different from just going standard tier 1 opening, which is quite common for Soviet players to go for those M3s and the snipers.
There's a conscript squad down here in the south, took a lot of damage, did manage to throw a Molotov before they died, took 1 Gren and 1 Pioneer with them.
Something, and he stalled, and he also grabbed the German cutoff, so the fuel in the south is yet again cut off, and Barton only has this munitions point, which he just lost in the north. He's got some Pios in that building yet again, trying to stall these conscripts, but they're just standing in heavy cover, not giving a single crap about that Pio in the building.
Nope, they're taking virtually no damage there.
Yeah, nothing.
We have a tier 2 building almost complete here.
I wonder what he's gonna go for, like a quick Maxim, or he's expecting tier 2 from Barton, which he's teching right now. He hasn't finished teching, it's going to finish any second, and he's gonna have enough manpower to put the building up and enough fuel as well. But it's not actually gonna have enough fuel to start building any vehicles, so there's not going to be an 5.5 minute scout car or half track that we saw from Siberian in the semifinals. It's not going to be that fast.
It's interesting, it's like he's second guessing what Barton's going to do, because he figures Barton's going to rush straight for that armoured car, get the up gun to fight the M3, but there's not going to be an M3. There's going to be well, we don't know what it's going to be yet.
This territory is ours.
Well, I'm not sure if he's going to go for a Maxim, maybe. Seems kind of odd. Maybe he's just
no, he's going for a mortar.
To be safe. A mortar? Well, against the houses, good idea. He does have the Molotovs already, however. There's only 1 MG out from Barton, 1 MG, 3 Grenadiers. He did take to tier 2, but his Pios have yet to retreat back to base. They're just capping around. He's gonna go for Barton's cutoff once again.
God, that must be getting annoying for Barton. He must be
Well, that's
pull his
basically
hair
all
out.
of his resources. All of his resources are down in the south. He's going to lose the fuel most likely, and the tractor just exploded for no reason. I'm not sure what happened there.
We are targets.
Oh, nice mine being laid here by Siberian in the gap in the hedge.
Good mine
nice.
placement from Siberian. That's exactly where you want to place it. There's always going to be some form of traffic in that gap in the hedge there, going from the south right-hand side to the south left-hand side to get the munitions, or to go get the cutoff, or go get the VP, for example. There's always going to be some form of traffic going there. So even if it's infantry or if it's a vehicle, doesn't really matter. It's still going to be good.
Oh, whoa! MG42 is just massacring that poor conscript.
Oh, executed
Down
on
it
retreat
goes.
by Grenadier Squad as well from Barton. So nice victory for Barton at the 7.5 minute mark, polishing off one of the 4 conscripts from Siberian. He's trying to Ura away from the firing arc of the MG. He just catches a few bullets, doesn't get suppressed, however. Gonna throw a Molotov into the building. That's going to vacate those Grenadiers instantly from Barton. And Barton has finally reclaimed his cutoff once again, so his income is looking good again.
It looks like he's going to be going for some kind of an aggressive cutoff move here. He's really using this forward MG very aggressively.
It's a bit dangerous as well due to the Soviet mortar on the field. If he gets a nice hit, that's going to force the MG to retreat. He did try to lay down a round on the Gren MG, but it moved away quite fast after forcing a retreat of Siberian's conscripts. Very risky from Siberian using the 2 conscripts in the north, capping that VP. But, you know, instead of retreating it instantly, there's no enemy forces anywhere in the vicinity. So he can freely just decap that VP. That mine, still laying there.
Still
now
laying
the half
there.
track
I want to see
down,
the half track just roll over and just
explode. Without veterancy, the half tracks take quite a lot of damage from those Soviet mines, actually. So all it requires is basically 1 mine and I think like 1 18-8, and that's going to polish it off instantly.
Well, Barton is, I don't know, it looks like he's decided he's not going to bother with the basement anymore. He's just going to sit back and sort of camp out the bottom, which is where all his forces now are.
This now belongs to us.
Well, I think he's quite concerned by guarding his cutoff right now. It has kind of stalled him. He only got the half track out around 8-9 minutes or so. That's fairly late compared to when we saw Siberian semis, when he had a scout car out at 5.5 minutes. It's just because he's been harassing the cutoff of Barton constantly the entire game.
Oh, I like this. We have a T-70 on the way.
Ooh, fast. Oh, so tier 2, tier 3 for Siberian with a fast T-70 coming on the field. Barton does have 1 pack, but it can easily be circle strafed by his T-70, so he needs to support the pack with his Grenadiers, maybe block it with his half-track or something like that, but he can't leave this pack to fend for itself, because that is easily going to be circle strafed by a T-70.
Whoa, here comes that flamer.
Ooh, Conscript Squad needs to get out of there. He's down to 50% health and a flammer is chasing him. He's gonna stay around to try and throw the 18-8. He gets it in, but he might actually pay for that with an entire Conscript Squad. He actually managed to retreat through behind a small piece of hedge. And here's a T-70 on the field now from Siberian.
The T-70 with Crush.
Yes, super crush. Especially on roads. He drives over everything.
Oh yeah.
So we do have a Pigran out, just sitting right next to that mine. The sector still hasn't detonated.
Oh wow, look at this T-70. Boom, boom, boom. 1 hit kill every single time.
I don't think Barton was expecting a T-70 this soon at 10.5, 11 minutes into the game, a T-70 already. I think Siberian is getting his vehicles out extremely quickly, and there goes the mine to a retreating Grenadier, sadly.
Yeah,
so it didn't
annoying.
really do any damage. Got some P-Grunts. Barton doesn't have enough munitions to upgrade him with Shreks, so he has this 1 pack to fend off this T-70, but it's already down to 2 crew members. The Flammenwerfer was 18A that he just finished repairing with the Pios outside of the German base. He's moving up into the north with a Pio to just basically cap harass a bit, but there is actually a Conscript Squad grabbing that VP up in the north as well.
Yep. VPs are currently going a little bit against Siberian, who's down to 322. Barton's still sitting pretty on 460.
Oh, here's the
Time is
stolen
very much
MG.
on his side. Oh wow, Conscript Squad emerges from the hedges, runs straight into a double flamer.
Oh, bad retreat path for those conscripts as well. He might be able to get out due to that building blocking the firing of that Flammenwerfer against them, so he managed to get out and get the 18-8 on it. Now the mortar has moved up as well, sitting in the center of the map almost, and the T-70 goes up north to harass these Pyos. They have nothing to defend themselves against vehicles. I don't know, right now it's still pretty much anybody's game. There hasn't been that many unit casualties. I believe one conscript from Siberian, that's basically it.
Yeah, that's it so far. And he has gone for a second T-70.
Barton has gone for a second pack, so...
Oh, wow! Look at that double rifle nades clear the mortar. Lovely stuff.
From across the hedge.
Yep. He knew where it was, and he fired away.
Engineers have secured the sector.
Oh, I'm not exactly sure about Siberian's choice here. I think he was still just expecting maybe one pack, but there's actually two of them. But here comes the second T-70. The first one is hiding behind the building.
Oh, is he going to be able to decrew? He does
there's
decrew one of them.
Where are the
Now the other T-70
cutoff?
comes from behind the hedge. Still sniping those crew members.
Instant recrew from the Pyos from Barton. He needs these packs to fend off the two T-70s.
Oh, look at
Oh,
that!
decrewed again.
Decrewed again. He's got the pack facing the right way this time. Walk gets
nice
one nice hit. But now, but they can't quite get it.
There's a Faust on one of the T-70s. There's not going to be another
Oh, wow.
recrew because the Grenadiers are too low man, and he loses an entire Grenadier squad. Here's
Another
the second
Faust.
Grenadier. Nice Faust to take out the T-70. Flammenwerfer rolls in, but he's not going to be able to kill this second T-70, and that actually prompts a retreat from the Grenadiers from Barton. So both of the pack crew went down. He's building a new pack because he can't reinforce these two on the field or recruit them in the field because the T-70s are not going to stop guarding that.
Look at that rate of fire. Boom, 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 boom.
Two packs gone.
And excellent accuracy too, so that was a great win there for Siberian. I was with you there. I didn't think that was a very sensible move going in. You know, two little tanks against two packs. I thought he was done for.
The Grens
But-
were a bit too far away. That's what basically
Yeah,
won
the
him that
Fausts
engagement.
came in too late. If he had been able
Yeah.
to get those Fausts in a little earlier, he would have been in a better position.
Oh, these conscripts though. There's a nice Faust on the second T-70s. Very damaged right now. But there's nothing to kill it off with. The third pack is on the field from Barton right now, or one of his packs. Third one he built, because the other two was permanently destroyed by that T-70 main gun.
And all of a
He
sudden,
wants to get-
Siberian owns virtually the whole map.
Yeah. He's gonna grab the fuel in the south, not that it is connected to Barton now anyways, after losing his cutoff for the gazillionth time this game. Siberian showing here in this game especially that he can play without snipers. He doesn't need tier 1. I don't need, you know, I don't need M3s or snipers. I don't need to experiment with penal battalions. I can go tier 2, tier 3, that works.
Yeah, he's not going for the old sniper SU combo.
He saw the off map.
That would have been so beautiful.
That would have been juicy.
It would have been so beautiful otherwise. Oh, it might still be kind of nice.
It's okay. Did a little bit of damage. Not much though.
Well, now he's going to sit back, repair his T-70s. One of them now a vet 1 with 14 kills. Damn.
And Barton can't keep taking at this time either. He has enough fuel, I think, to take to tier 3 and build a building, but then he will not have enough to actually build anything from it. So right now he's stuck with getting, you know, as a hard counter to these T-70s, barely a hard counter is the pack. He can't afford the Shreks, he has no munitions income, he has no fuel income either.
It's not a great position for him to be in, all told. Here comes T-70 again.
Pack's too far away as well. Instantly starts moving, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Instant
Nice,
retreat
vet
from the
two.
Tigrans. Look at the damage now from the T-70 at vet 2. It gets increased weapon damage and reduces damage taken as well. So look at that pack hit. It didn't actually do what it usually does, which is somewhere around 50% damage to a T-70, and it did a load of damage to that Flammenwerfer.
This is looking really, really bad for Barton now. Everywhere he goes, he runs into more T-70s.
T-70s.
And they're just giving him, they're giving him a headache.
Here we go, another pack on the field from Barton right now. He just keeps producing these packs as he can't really afford doing much more than that. After losing one of his 3 Grens as well, he only has 2 Grens remaining that could slow down these T-70s. And there's going to be a T-34 rolling onto the field now. And the mortar has been recrewed by Siberian. And he's also added on another mortar. So now he's just going to shell this strong position from Barton outside of his base.
This is looking very dicey. There's T-70 just chilling out behind this little hedge here. There's mortar rounds. There's artillery coming in as well. Oh, this could be a really nice timing now. If the T-34 rolls in, as all these packs are... Oh, this is beautiful stuff here by Siberian. He drops the artillery, forces the packs to spread out. Rushes in now with his tanks. He's got 1 T-70 going out there. It took 1 very big hit. Now T-34 is in. Another T-70 coming in the rear as well. This pack surely going to get decrewed.
That was lucky. He could have been nailed there by the second
First pack gets decrewed, other pack gets decrewed. No packs left for Barton now. T-70s and T-34s running rampant all over Barton's army, and he throws in the towel.
I've had enough. I built, I think, 4 packs, no, 5 packs, I think, and that didn't work. Your super fast vehicles was too much for me to handle. I'm gonna give it another whirl and try to win as Soviets next game. But I believe that Barton's Germans is his strongest faction, so I'm not exactly sure. I'm not that confident right now in Barton. I'm not exactly sure what's he gonna do.
I mean, we've seen an awful lot of Axis victory so far, so now to lose his Axis, particularly if that's his better faction, Siberian pulling some serious moves here. I mean, this is the ESL champion we're looking at right here. That's just been schooled 1-0 with his faction of choice. So, wow. I mean, is Siberian looking to end this one quickly? Is he going to shut the night down fast tonight? Only time will tell. We're going to be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with Game 2 from the finals of this WiFi's Gamekeys tournament. We will be right back in just a moment.